Okay, hello. How are
Hey,
you?
Yang, doing pretty well,
Good
and
to
you,
see
bro?
you. Good to see you and finally catch you. I'm sorry, I was very
Don't
busy
worry,
this
don't worry.
last days, last weeks. Okay, let me come back to the Google Meet. Okay. Hop, sorry. Where is it? Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. Ah, shit. Why I have two two camera on?
What are you trying to do, by the way?
Yeah, I'm just I'm trying to find my the page with the Google Meet and to record, of course. Okay, okay. It was good. Okay. So first, yeah, I'm very happy to meet you and to talk to you, Melton. So I prepared this little little presentation about you.
Awesome.
I mean, it's more for the questions. But yeah, first, very happy to meet you. I hope you're good. You're doing good. Good.
Eh, I'm not in Japan anymore, so I'm not doing that well. But yeah, it's not bad. By the way, I think your mic went silent. I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, I think it's okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So why you were in Japan actually? Just if it's not
Uh,
to
yeah, I was there for 2 weeks. I came back to Portugal on the 7th.
okay,
So
that's nice. And
yeah, it's epic.
yeah, so I guess you really like Japan, as I see the style of your artworks and stuff like this
Yeah.
is pretty Japan style. So yeah, so um, let's start the interview right now. So just before starting, maybe I will just tell you a bit more about this interview. So so recently, I think you can see it right here. So recently, I joined Ores Group, which is a very big advertising agency.
Mm.
But I'm working more on my side, still working with my own personal brands, and I really want to focus on AI and AI arts and AI
Yeah.
technologies. So I'm trying to have like a lot of interviews, and I'm actually editing like many interviews I did in the past as well. And like this, I will gather all this
Mm.
information in one YouTube channel. I think it's very interesting to have like some interview about AI professional because it's quite new. I mean, AI is very new, and many new jobs and new artists are coming from
Yeah.
this technology. So it's very interesting. So my first question is basically, who are you? So you don't have to say anything about you, but if you can a bit introduce yourself, what do you do in the real life,
Mm.
what's your job? I mean, you
Yeah.
tell us what you want to tell. Please.
So yeah, like my name is Marcus, and my current job, I'm working as an AI artist for a game studio.
Okay.
We're working on what can be considered a AAA game, and it's pretty dope. Actually, I might be one of the first AI artists working for a company of this size, and
Wow.
it's something that I'm really proud of. The work that I'm doing there and the work that everyone is doing as well. And you know, there's not much about me besides, I love art. I've always liked art ever since I was a kid. I've been drawing for a very long time, and before finding AI, I was working as a brand designer.
Mhm.
And when I found out about AI and what we could do with it, I was just like, okay, I gotta go, do a super deep dive on this and focus on this, because it's going to be the future, whether we like it or not. It's going to be everywhere. And yeah, and right now I have my Melten account, as well, you know me from there. And yeah, it started like as an outlet to relieve some anxiety, actually. And because, you know, when I started, you know, playing with Midjourney and Stable Diffusion, creating these characters, I would always feel a lot more relaxed, and I would just be able to focus on that. And, you know, one thing led to the other, and here we are.
Really nice. Yeah, I want to continue about the fact that you are working for a game studio. Yeah, actually, it's the first time I hear like one artist working for one art studio. Sorry, why? It's not showing me one. Yeah. So if you can you tell us a bit more about this game studio and what's your role for this game studio? What's so you do like I guess you do like artwork for them for the lore and the background maybe.
Sort of. So it's for a game called Ascendant, and it's a game similar to, you know, games like Apex Legends.
Okay.
You know, it has the same basic idea, though we are more event based. So the game, it's constantly changing, so you have to adapt. That's why we call it an adaptation shooter. So every match is going to be different depending on which areas are available to you. And right now my main work is, you know, helping the other concept artists, you know, come up with ideas, because sometimes we might be looking for something that, you know, doesn't really exist, and with AI we can create a lot of those things extremely fast. And that's what I've been doing a lot.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a lot of that, you know, creating stuff that doesn't really exist, and because we do it so fast, we can just, you know, come up with things that help them. And sometimes it's just like we have some wild ideas that we want to see, like a character of ours, you know, but you know, with some specific, very not very specific, but something like some details, like a very specific kind of suit that is super hard to make. Not super hard, but it takes a long time to make. So I can just go in and create several concepts so that people can get a you know, an idea, and to see if it's worth, you know, actually creating a normal concept art of the character, for example. And yeah, it's a lot of that kind of work, at least right now. It's
Actually,
I'm sorry, it's gonna change as we, you know, as AI develops and as you can do more and more. But yeah.
yeah, that's very interesting. That because every time I'm interviewing one artist, one AI artist, finally we figured out that more and more people are trying to reach AI artists for art concept or yeah, just concept. I mean, concept art for background stories, background the lore
Yeah.
of some video game, or it's depends for everything. Like next week we will have one AI photograph for luxury brands. So it's like very large panel, and it's very interesting to see all these people starting from Twitter and showing their work, and then beginning like a real professional. You know, it's very amazing. Okay, so that's very interesting. Now I just want to talk a bit more about your inspirations, because I guess every artist has inspiration, of course, and I think this is something very important when you I mean, when you see the art of someone, of course, you can find out that okay, he has this kind of inspiration or something else. But sometimes artists have has some secret inspiration, if I can say something you cannot guess from the artwork.
Yeah.
So, I saw from your artworks that you have like many inspiration from, for example, this one is Chun-Li from Street Fighter. I saw Wednesday from the Adams family.
Yeah.
I see many other concept arts. I mean, with some like famous character, but I
Yeah.
mean, it doesn't mean that it's your main inspiration. So my question is, what's your main inspirations? What kind of art pieces you like, and
Yeah.
what's inspired you to become this artist?
Yeah. So like I obviously post a lot. Well, mainly woman, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of my inspirations. I love women, so it's my main
Mhm.
focus.
That's
And
good.
I like to, I like to create faces as well. So that's why most of my characters are, you can see their face. But mostly games, movies, and anime and manga. I don't know. For me, there's something special there, and now I have the ability to mix a lot of them. Like have in this case Chun-Li from Street Fighter and make it super realistic, but still with the anime vibe, which is one of the things that I'm known for because my things look, they look realistic, but there's something there, especially the face where that makes it look twice. And yeah, that's most for my main inspirations are that like games, movies, especially Star Wars.
Okay, can I have one special name, like one video game? What's your favorite video game? What's inspired you the most in terms of video game
Video game.
and movies, for example? Like,
Let me see. Like the thing is that about video games, I mostly play Counter Strike and Quake.
okay,
Yeah, that was because I'm in League of Legends, of course. So in this case, League of Legends might be one of my bigger inspirations because it's a lot of the characters are female as well. But yeah, mostly Counter Strike and Quake. Like I've always liked playing competitive games, and if I'm not playing a competitive game, it's like I'm not alive, and I don't really have something driving me to play the game. Uh,
okay.
I like the trash talk and being a bit toxic here and there, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so
like for
League of Legends is the
yeah,
best game.
yeah, it's known for that. Like it brings out something special in everyone,
Yeah.
good and bad. But yeah, games. Yeah, Street Fighter as well. I've played a lot when I was younger. Tekken as well,
Mhm.
and you know uh, those kinds of games. But
Yeah, actually, when I see the new Tekken 8, I think it's Tekken 8 now.
Tekken 8, yeah,
Uh, yeah, when I see the artwork from this video game, it's true that it looks like a bit your artwork.
yeah.
Okay, so very, very interesting.
There's a convergence there. Yeah.
Um, so now, this my question is more about your creative process. So I know that, of course, for AI artists, maybe it's going to be more research and iteration with prompts and stuff like this. Would like to know um, how do you find your not your inspiration, but how you create? How do you start from zero and then
Mhm.
you do like a new artwork and something like this? What's your process?
Yeah, so usually I'm trying to make a character look sexy, but not overly sexualized.
Yes.
Sometimes I'll make one of those if I look at the character and it makes sense. But usually, it's a bit uh, just a bit sexual, a bit sexy. But I tend not to overdo it. But usually I'll go with an idea of a character. I'll just like, for example, with Chun-Li, I'm like, okay, I want to make a character based on Chun-Li, and the prompts that I use these days are pretty chaotic because I will use also a lot of my images as style reference, which is something that we can do now with Midjourney. So I have a bunch of images that I made in the past, and I like them a lot. So I'll just keep reusing them as a style reference, and then start tweaking the prompt a bit here and there. But usually the prompts are chaotic because of the style reference. I don't need the prompts to be, overly pretty with everything in its place, because sometimes the chaos will bring you some cool stuff. And
Of course.
in my case, I'm not looking for a perfect image from Midjourney, because I'm gonna edit the image anyway in Stable Diffusion and Photoshop. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for me. Other people, they like to, spend thousands and not thousands, but spend a lot of time trying to create a perfect image, which is not going to happen, right? You're not going to get the perfect image. And I'm just looking for certain details, like the hair in a certain way, a specific style of clothing. And sometimes I'll just generate 3 or 4 images in Midjourney, and then I'll start picking details from one to the other, and blend it all in Photoshop, and then start editing with Stable Diffusion and Photoshop. Go back and forth. But yeah, I usually start with a very basic idea. I want this character. I want to make this character sexy, and then do I want a background? Most of the times I don't like to add a background. I'm just something super simple, and just focus on the character and not the background around it.
Okay, very nice. But yeah, actually, this is quite interesting because so before I had an interview with Sinusik. I guess you know.
Yeah.
I guess you know Sinusik.
Yeah, he's a pretty dope guy. Love him.
I have a little issue with my AirPods. I will just. Okay. 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 Can you speak a little bit to see?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, sorry.
Awesome.
So yeah, just that's very interesting because, for example, yeah, I had a Sinusik for an interview, and first, it's always very good to see that we all use Midjourney in a certain way, and that's very interesting. And I know that some artists some AI artists, they like to not touch after the render of their arts. They don't want to touch too much from with Photoshop or this kind of tools. And then you have like another part of artists who are doing like a lot of editing and make it more. So as a designer, of course, I prefer the second part, because for me, it's not like only using Midjourney is like a bit boring, and you don't have like the best render of what you want. But of course, but that's very interesting that you are using Stable Diffusion as well for this creation. And yeah, actually, I'm curious to see how you use Stable Diffusion, but let's keep it for a next day. Okay, very interesting, and thank you for your answer.
Yeah. I'll just say that for me, Stable Diffusion is like Photoshop. When you understand how Stable Diffusion works, and I'm not talking about as like from the engineer point of view, like a machine learning engineer. I'm talking like just as a simple tool, just from the point of view of the user. It starts feeling like Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That's how I use it, and that's how I see it. And like you said, I'm on the second camp where images straight from Midjourney don't work for me because everyone else can do it.
Yeah.
And I want to make the images look original, because I do understand the beef that traditional artists or digital artists have with AI art, because you create a prompt and that's it. So if you can take it to the next step and you edit the images to make it truly your own, and you create a style that's people look at the images, okay, these images are from Young or are from Melten, that's amazing.
Okay, actually, that's very interesting. But I respect people who are just using Midjourney.
Yeah.
But
they don't have to go to all the trouble, but if you can do it, go for it.
It's definitely better. Okay. So my next question is more about your projects, and recently I saw some tweets about Remix AI. So before to say this, I saw on some of your artwork and some of your you were already talking about Remix AI, but now I really want to know what is exactly Remix AI and what do you want to achieve with this, and tell me more about Remix AI, please.
Okay, so Remix AI, it's one of my partners, and it's a social media platform around AI. which is something that I wish something like X would be, but you know, I don't think they're leaning towards, you know, allowing people to create images, even though there's talks about Midjourney and partnering with X. So, but we'll see about that. But you know, Remix, I think it's pretty amazing because you have the ability to create amazing art with AI and then share it in one single place. And they keep adding new features, and you know, it feels pretty good to be there. Just the ability to create your images in one single place and then share them with other people in the same place. It's pretty amazing.
Okay. Yeah. So I really need to check.
Yeah, give it a check. Like you can do a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like instead of having a bunch of other apps to do one thing and then do another, you can do it on a single platform and share it there with, you know, people that are actually looking for AI art. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because these days you have, it's like, it's funny because since we have like AI evolving very fast like this, we have a multiplication of platform of place to do art. I mean, you have Midjourney Stable Diffusion, but now you have Leonardo.ai.
Oh,
You have like
it's
many
a big list.
other way to
It's a
create.
very big list. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting to see how people interact with this new platform and what kind of platform you will adopt, you know, and you will start to. So yeah, this is very interesting. Actually, myself, I just started to work with Farcaster. It's a new.
I think I've heard of something called Caster or that
Yeah,
had that word. Yeah.
actually, it's very interesting. It's like a new platform where you can tip artists just like this and just give them through it's through tokens, but you can tip some artists and say, okay, I like your work. And also they have I know they have a possibility to use the platform Zora from the base blockchain to mint directly some artworks directly from the network. So this is very interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty dope because it, you know, simplifies the workflow from going from, you know, creation to then being able to sell it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
definitely. So yeah, definitely very interesting, and I will check this Remix AI. I'm really interested. Sorry, and okay, I will pretend I don't know, but can you tell us more about Avalanza? And it's your community, right?
Yeah, it's my community. We are a small but amazing group of people, in my opinion. And you know, it started back in late 2023. No, late 2022 or very early 2023. You know, I was looking for a community to join, and I couldn't really find one that I was happy with. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to make my own. You know, and I was lucky to find a very small group of people that I can call my friends now, and you know, people just kept joining, and there's a bunch of lurkers that don't really talk or say anything, but I know they're there, and you know, they're always super respectful when they engage with us. But no, it's pretty cool. We talk about everything. You know, everyone is super respectful, and we are always, you know, talking about cool stuff, not just AI. So
that's
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So it's only through Discord, right?
Yeah, we've
And
tried.
Twitter,
Yeah, we talk, you know, mostly Discord, you know, for direct messaging, because Twitter, you know, likes to punish people that reply a lot and too fast. So it's mostly Discord. Yeah. Because then we have a bunch of channels where we like to share stuff like AI music right now. We have people, you know, because we are not super small, but we have a decent amount of people. There's people that like different stuff. Like we have Max and Everett or Greg that, you know, love AI music, and they share a lot about it. And then we have James, Ashley, and other guys, you know, that share more photos and stuff like that. Yeah, we have a bunch of cool people.
So cool. Yeah, because I think this is very important now because as an AI artist, you always have people who are gonna criticize your work because they say, oh, it's AI, it's killing our job, it's stealing our job. Sorry. Actually, I don't believe in this. I just think that it's just destroying some boring job to make something more interesting,
Yeah, and if your job can be, if an AI can steal your job, you need to reconsider what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if it's that easy to be stolen away from you, then there's something that you're not doing very well.
Yeah, and even for AI art, I saw like so many painter, photograph, digital artists criticizing this. Actually, I don't know if you remember, but it was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when there was a campaign on ArtStation. Like
Oh yeah, I
everybody
saw
wanting,
they have like
AI.
that image. Yeah, no AI, no AI. But people need to, like, the problem that people don't see is that with AI is extremely bad with details.
Yeah.
Because you cannot tell the AI, okay, I want this specific detail in this specific location with this specific amount of details. You cannot tell it that, because if you need to do, if you could do that, you're better off probably just drawing everything yourself, because it will be extremely hard, and you don't really need to be worried. It's, now you have digital art, people not using real paint, and I
It's
bet
the same.
I bet when the digital pad was introduced, or Photoshop was introduced for the first time, people are pissed off. Oh, no
Exactly.
one's gonna use pencils anymore. It's not real art, and people these days still paint with real paints. And there's no problem there. It's just
Yeah,
another tool, and
definitely. It's just a super powerful tool, yes, but we still need a human behind this
yeah,
computer, someone to
you,
find the art direction, find the concepts, and keep a guideline. Actually, I think this is a bit. So this is a good transition about my next question, but so because I'm really interested into AI art and AI artists, especially on Twitter, and first, it's very impressive to see that, okay, we are all using Midjourney or Stable Diffusion or this kind of software, but it's mostly people are using Midjourney for the creation. But we can still see different art direction. We can recognize, okay, this is from, for example, your art. I can tell without seeing your name under it. I can tell it's from you. I mean, it's very impressive to see that even with AI, you can notice that, okay, this is from this artist, this is from this artist. So I think that's why we cannot reject this kind of AI art. But now my question is more about your social strategy. So what kind of channel are you using? Like you're using Twitter. We were talking about Discord, of course. But do you have any strategy? Of course, don't share too much. It's your own secrets, of course. But if you can share with us a bit, how do you use this social network, and how do you manage your own image through these social networks?
Yeah, it's with Twitter, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, because you need to engage with other people, right? It's called a social network for a reason. But the problem with Twitter right now, with the way the algorithm works, is that if you engage with the wrong person, and when I say wrong person, it might be a super new account or a very old account that has a bad reputation.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of factors that you really cannot not find, but it's a lot of factors that can make your engagement go super wrong. Because, like I said, if you talk with the wrong person or with the wrong account, you might suffer because of that. So, but my strategy is to engage with people, but do it in a very moderate way. Don't spam people, don't be toxic. Like, it's cool to criticize other people's content, but do it in a polite way.
Yeah.
Give some constructive criticism, but use common sense. Don't spam people. But above all, when you share your stuff, it needs to be something unique, because everyone can use Midjourney, everyone can create a pretty picture, but if that's all that you're sharing, like, there's thousands and thousands of other accounts there. So if you really want to grow your account, you need to be a social person. You need to be a nice person, right? Though if being toxic sometimes helps, but you need to make that your own personality, and always be kind of toxic, I guess.
Yeah, of
But,
course.
but yeah, like, be original as much as possible. Even just adding a filter to your creations and being super consistent about the editing style, it will help a lot. But yeah, from my opinion, it's mostly that, be consistent, create something that's unique to you, and be a nice person.
And for example, so you're using Discord, Twitter, but maybe you're using so Remix AI, of course. Now it's a social network as well. But are you using Instagram as well, or are you really
Yeah.
like multi-channel?
I'm using, so mostly it's Remix and X or Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I've branched out to Instagram, but Instagram, I'm not sure how it works. I'm mainly using as an archive.
Mhm.
So I've actually hired my younger brother to to take care of the other social networks.
Okay.
In this case, it's Pinterest and Instagram. And I'm in a position that I can actually pay him to do those jobs, and so I can focus on Remix and X.
And you're great.
Yeah, and I have my work, my 9 to 5, and then I also want to create stuff for X, so I can focus on being creative. And yeah, on Instagram, it's not growing that well, but on Pinterest, because of the way that it works, it's slowly ramping up.
Oh, so you
And
do Pinterest as well?
yeah,
Okay.
and
Interesting.
Pinterest, it's different from X. From my understanding, it like the older content will slowly ramp up in impressions, if people like it, of course. And newer content, it takes time. It's not like X, because X, if the post doesn't do well in the first hour, it's probably dead.
Yeah.
And on Pinterest, no, it's it's like more a snowball effect, I guess. And yeah, we're doing decently well there. The number of impressions have risen like 3,000% over the last 2 months.
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy about it. My brother is actually doing a pretty good job in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's it's slow, but if you're trying to grow your social accounts and try to actually make money from these, you need to expand your platforms. Like, it's like the old saying, don't place all your eggs in the same basket or in one basket. So just spread your stuff around. You don't really need to be super active, replying to everyone on the other accounts, but just have a presence there. And if you have a presence there, it's it goes a long way.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm very impressive that you are good. You are doing all of this through like Remix AI, Twitter, Discord, Pinterest. So you really deserve all the success you have actually. So
Yeah,
that's
I'm trying.
you're trying good. Okay. So my next question is one of the last actually. But I would like to ask you if you have any recommendations. So could be like first maybe some AI artists you want to recommend, or and I mean first if you have like some AI artists to recommend, and then my second question will be like maybe more if you have like any art recommendation, something you saw recently, something you found recently and you really like, and something that inspired you now since you saw it. So if you have any recommendation, yeah.
Okay, for artists, like you already had Sino here, and Kuroneko as well. Like let me just say, I'm extremely bad with remember people's names. So, but if I had to say, like a couple of them would be those two, and then one called Fred, which is a great friend of mine that I've met through
That's fresh.
AI. Yeah, Fred. Fred Fresh, yeah, and AI Cyber Dreams.
He's doing very good job.
Yeah, and it's those four. Sino, Kuro, Fred, and AI Cyber Dreams. Those four are my main inspirations. Even though the last two, like Fred and Cyber, they don't do the same kind of stuff that I do, but they mostly do like mechas in the case of Cyber Dreams and knights in the case of Fred. But there's always something there that inspires you to make something, and I really like that. And Sino, with his more manga style, I like the colors, always pretty good colors that always pop, always give me some ideas as well. And Kuro does something very similar to me, and there's like always a lot of cool stuff there. So, but
okay, very nice. Yeah, actually, I saw Fred, no, AI Cyber Teams, Cyber Dreams. He reposted your merch actually. So maybe we can talk about your merch at the really end, because I still need to order one sweatshirt from you.
yeah, my offer still stands.
Cool. What's my question is, yeah, but now, so we have your AI artists, but now if you have like any recommendation about like the normal normal world, if I can say, normal arts, like any movie or I don't know, a book, even a book, or
well, like my recommendations, and this will also tie with the social media strategy, would be to create you only create stuff that you already like.
yeah.
Because if you're going to try and create the same stuff that someone else did, and it got a lot of attention just because you want to try to get some of the attention as well, it's not, most of the time it doesn't end up really well, because you're going to work on something that you really don't like. So if you focus on creating images or art or whatever you want to call it around stuff that you already like, it's going to make the whole thing a lot more fun, and you're going to evolve a lot more, because you're going to try and perfect something that you like, and it's going to be a lot faster. So if it's about manga characters or characters from movies or games, my recommendation is focus on stuff that you already like, and try and perfect it, and do it as much as you can. Like my characters, I've done the workflow or the editing style that I do over 1,000 times. Like I've counted the number of images that I've made, and it's probably like in the 3,000 or 6,000.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've done
So much work, actually.
Yeah, it's always about perfecting things, and sometimes I might go a month or two without advancing or evolving, but then there's something that an inspiration that you get from someone else, or something that I now understand a bit more about AI or the tools that I'm using, Photoshop or whatever. And my recommendation, it's work around stuff that you like, and always try to improve. Like always try to find something that will make you stand out from everyone else.
Okay, I see. I think it's the best recommendation you can do. I think that's it for the question. But I just want to show a bit. So the work you did for your shop. because I think it's pretty impressive that you told me you do Discord, Twitter, you also do Pinterest, Instagram, and you also do merch. I mean, how do you find this time to create all those stuff? And I'm not gonna lie, this kind of merch is very good. I really like, and especially me because I'm only wearing black or white stuff.
Same. Like I'm wearing this one here.
Oh yeah, this one is very nice.
Merch. But yeah, mostly like black t-shirts. Like 99% of my t-shirts are black, and same for my hoodies. And that kind of reflects a lot on the merch. Like even though I like my characters a lot, I haven't always been a fan of having like a character on a t-shirt. I always prefer something more clean. But I'm trying to change my mind a bit. That's why recently I've been uploading more characters onto my stuff, and I'm going to keep ramping up things. It's just a matter of making sure that the printing quality is as high as possible.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but yeah.
that's very good. That's very good. And yeah, just to finish, I want to say that it's very impressive that to see all those artists, AI artists. First, they are giving so much for the arts. I mean, all the sides, because of course now I think everybody know that it's not enough to be an artist. Now you have to know how to communicate about your art, how to show your art, how to display your art on anything.
There's a lot of things in the background. Just being able to type a prompt is not going to be enough. You need to have a somewhat decent background on social marketing, editing tools like Photoshop, for example, and being able to talk with people. So.
Yeah, but no, that's very impressive. And yeah, I think this is a very good example. I mean, your example is a very good example to show that if you give it like 100%, I mean, you're not doing like 100%, you're doing like 200% maybe.
I'm a workaholic. What can I say?
Yeah, that's good. That's good because I think it's a very good example for one AI artist. I mean, young AI artists who want to get revenue from their art. This is really impressive to see all this kind of way to make revenues. Like for example, this online shop. I mean the merch. Maybe you don't have to answer, but I guess you have like some revenue from Twitter, maybe.
Revenue from Twitter, not yet. I think I'm 300,000 impressions away from being able to get revenue share, but even if I got it will be like 30 euros or something. It's not much.
So it's not enough.
Yeah. Just make sure that the stuff that you do has like some commercial viability that makes people want to beat NFTs in your case, for example, or being able to manipulate the tools that you know, like Photoshop, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, in a way that you can create things that other people want to buy from you. Like a commission work, for example, or create characters with a very high level of quality.
Do you do a lot of commissions, for example?
I am not open for commission. I've done some, but usually not, because a lot of the commissions that I've requested I got were stuff that I wasn't really comfortable in doing. I think you can infer some information from that. Weird stuff.
But it's good. Like I said, it's very good to see that there's so many ways to get some revenue from those apps.
There's always a way. There's always a way.
This is all my point, actually. This is the fact that, and that's why I'm doing this kind of interview of AI artists, especially because I'm really impressed to see how artists can take the art and make it something working for the public and for some company. And like you said at the beginning, you also work for the game studio. So this is like a new way to use like AI artists or AI I mean, any kind of job in AI. And yeah, for me, for example, I'm doing NFT a lot, and actually it's paying very well. But yeah, this is very good to see how artists can find a way to make revenue. Because I think this is very important. If we want to keep good artists, we need to find like way to make revenue, because you cannot live from nothing. You cannot just drink water.
Yeah, you cannot really just not spam, but just post every single day on X and expect to get money from that. Because if you spend like some months here and you're not making any money from what you're doing, then you're gonna wanna quit.
Yeah, definitely, that's why. Okay, I think I'm good for this interview. Thanks a lot for your answers. If you have something to add, please be free.
Yeah,
Feel free
actually, like you gave me the NFT bug, and so I'm working on my own NFTs.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
I'm not sure where exactly I want to mint them or make them. I was thinking about on the DeviantArt, because then they have the adoptables. I think that's what they call it, and I think it works in a very similar way where people can buy it and they can also resell it if they want. But yeah, I'm working on some stuff. I'm not gonna make an insane amount of characters like you do, because of my stuff takes a bunch of time, and
Yeah, of course.
the way you do it, it's pretty cool as well. But I like to make just a small amount of characters.
Yeah, of course. But
Yeah,
actually,
and I would love your opinion later on the one that I'm making.
definitely.
And
Yeah, and
yeah,
actually, I can give you some advice if you want to go on the Web3, because I'm not considering myself as an expert, but it's been like 3 years I'm working with this. So. Anyway, okay. Thanks a lot, Melten, Marcus. Thanks a lot, and yeah, have a good weekend. Enjoy the end of the day. And
you too,
yeah,
Charles. You too.
I will keep you posted about the transmission of this video and all the recording. Thanks a lot,
Okay, man.
and have a good weekend.
You too, bro. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.